I just wanted to go through real quick today and show you the importance of job costing and being able to set your gross margins properly. So to be able to do the job costing, the first thing that we can do is we can take some existing jobs. And usually what I do with companies, I'll take 10 installs, 10 service calls, and we can go through them. But if we take an install, for instance, what we do is we look at what was the actual cost that you paid for that job, for that furnace or air conditioner, or whatever it was. So this would be the equipment. Then we'd have the material cost, any permits that were pulled for the job, the cost of the warranty. If there's a subcontractor that was used specifically for that job to be able to complete it, that cost needs to be in there as well. And we got the labor cost. So whatever the total labor was that you paid for this job to have it done. So if there's 3 different people on the job, we want the wages of all of those individuals added up, and that will be the labor. Then we have the commissions. So whatever the paid commission was for the job, any financing fees or credit card fees that were used for that job. If we add all of these things up, this is going to be our direct cost. So anything that is directly associated to the job and you had to pay for it just because of that one job, that's a direct cost. So if we have the direct costs and we add this up and it's $1,800 and we sold the unit for $3,000, the way that we're going to figure out what the actual gross margin was or the gross profit, we would take $3,000, what we sold it for, minus the $1,800 direct cost. That's going to equal $1,200. So that $1,200 at the bottom here is going to be your gross profit. $1,200 divided by $3,000, that equals 40% gross margin. Now, the number one issue that I see with companies is they'll forget to have commission in there or the financing, credit card fees, whatever was used, and they also take the direct costs and they divide it by the sell price and they get 0.6 and they think they're at a 60% gross margin. But really what we're looking for a gross profit, gross margin, you take the actual profit from that job and divide that by the sale price. So this is a 40%. 40% is pretty low for a gross margin. And one of the things that we could do if we wanted to fix this is we could come over here, and this is how we'd set gross margins. So if we wanted to have a gross margin of, let's say, 55%, and the max commission that we're going to pay for our install or the sale of the install is going to be 9%, and the max credit card fees or financing that we would allow somebody to use to be able to get a client to move forward, let's say is 6%. Well, if we add all of these up, that equals 70%. Everything is 100%. So 100% minus the 70 equals 30%. So here's how we get our pricing now. We take our direct cost without the commission and financing over here. So that'd be these 2 things here that we're not going to use now. And that's going to equal $1,350. So our total direct cost that we're using is $1,350. And we're going to divide it by 0.3, which is this number here, 30%. So if we take $1,350 divided by 0.3, that equals $4,500. That should be the sale price. That's how you get a 55% gross margin. This formula is in a spreadsheet that is attached to the email that was just sent out. So feel free to use that. There's a price book in there as well that already has all of these formulas in there. So the only thing you have to do is choose what you want your commission to be. If you're going to include anything for financing, if you don't offer financing, you can put a 0 there. That will reduce that number there. But the good thing is when you actually know this math and you use this, you can look at all the things that are inside of a job and you can determine what you can do to be able to either lower your prices or just make the profit that you're looking for. We have many options. One would be you pay your technicians less to install the job. You negotiate your prices better when it comes to equipment. Or maybe you don't offer financing. Or maybe the commission, max commission that you offer is going to be lower. But either way you look at it, all of these things are under control. And it is what it is at the end of the day. So if you want to be able to pay for these things, if you want to offer all of these things within the install, it is what it is. Just use this formula right here, and that's how you get the gross margin that you're looking for.